All right, now let's go ahead and jump into this. Recently, you announced your retirement after your fight in Israel. It looks like now that you're maybe saying that you want to come back out of retirement. So, are you retired or are you now officially unretired?
Okay, here's the thing. It gets frustrating with me because, as you probably see on record, I dropped 5 fights this year. And it's just been increasingly difficult to get people to continuously work with me on a basis of a high level. And then I mean, I could train myself really hard, but everybody needs a coach. And I literally got myself to I had a resting heart rate of 46 beats a minute. I was doing 10 miles a day running, doing 12 to 15 rounds on the heavy but trying to get continuous workout partners was hard. And then I'm still going into these fights fully confident in my technical ability and experience. And I love Israel. I love the people of Israel. And there's nothing against them at all. But when you go into a 3-round fight and then I knock a guy down clean with an overhand left and he still wins the fight by decision, I'm like, what the fuck? Then I fought Anthony Macias earlier this year and I scored all the takedowns and all the punching and scored the only takedown in the 3rd round, ended the round on top of him and still lose a unanimous decision when the judge gave him the 3rd round when I scored the takedown and all the punching. What the fuck? I fight Carlos Newton. He shows up 11 pounds overweight. What the fuck? You know, I did legitimately lose to one kid in New Hampshire, I think I was in. You know, I got caught. Shit happens. It looked bad. I fight up in the W1 up in Canada again. I fought Nabil Khatib. Every fucking photo, I ain't even got to say how many times I punched and kicked him, because every photo you find except for one takedown, it was a big takedown, yeah. But what is the takedown when I punch and kick you all over the fucking head and face and in the body? You still supposed to lose. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's 4 fights, you know, that I should have won, and then I lose one. Okay, by law of numbers and the number of fights, I've had 220 fights. Yeah, I got TKO'd. So fucking what? You know, but I'm like, and then I'm like, what I got to do to y'all? I mean, really? Do I have to knock everybody out? Do I have to submit everybody? Yes, that's the name of the game. It's not go the distance. But, I mean, let's face it. These motherfuckers are on that shit. I'm not. And I'm going to say it how I feel. And I'm not talking about just the athletes. I'm talking about these promoters are on some bullshit giving away hometown decisions.
All right, so So is what you're saying the reason that you announced your retirement at the Israel show was basically just built up frustration with how you've been handled recently?
Yeah, and not just that. I've got 220 fights, 13 organizational world titles. What the fuck do I have to prove? I mean, yeah, I love fighting. I need to fight. I really do. I can't deal with the economy of working. I hate fucking working for a living. I mean, I love personal training. I love coaching the fighters. But you will go broke trying to train fighters expecting a percentage. I do train some of the fighters that are friends of mine. I don't expect money from them because they up-and-coming young kids. But there comes a time where my bills got to get paid just like everybody else's. And it's frustrating when you sit there and you give and you give. I look at all of the fighters, and I'm not hating on none of them because I respect the fact that these kids try and they turn to young men, they turn to athletes. But realistically, what is done to the guys who built the sport? They say, fuck you when they're done. You look at the action figures on these kids that the kids can buy in the store. I mean, I won't name any particular fighter because I don't want to sound like a bitter old man, because I'm still in better shape, out of shape than most motherfuckers walking around with fame on their name. I said, how many fighters can you say that you brag about a 46 beat per minute resting heart rate? Not many. I'm right there with Lance Armstrong. I do 10 miles a day, standing on my fucking head. But I busted and broken my hand 20 or more times. I think the number's 22 or 23, I think. I have to look back at my medical file. I want to do something that's going to be truly financially beneficial to me. And I don't mean eventually, I'm talking immediately. I auditioned for the movie with Wesley Snipes in an action figure, and in the action movie, he gets locked up. So guess what happened to that role? That movie ain't happening.
Right.
You know, I mean, I go to the pro wrestling. I want to do pro wrestling. If these promoters don't want to pay me to fight or, you know, and judge me fairly, I'm not going out there looking to knock somebody out, looking to submit somebody. I'm looking to go out there to win. I'm not fighting faith. I don't knock any fighter on how they fight. People give GSP shit because he'll go out there and play safe and throw jab, jab, inside leg kick, jab, jab. Fuck, if you can't get past my jab and my lead leg inside kick, I'm gonna do it to you, whether it's 15 or 25 minutes, whatever. I'll do this. I would have done the same damn thing and punished the hell out of you. But the fact is, I'm not saying I need $1.8 million to fight or $2 million to fight, or do I deserve it? A lot of people say, well, what have you done? I said, well, hell, you don't see me in the UFC, but you see me in the UFC when a motherfucker throws a spinning back fist.
Right.
I'm the one who invented it. I'm the one who did it. I didn't invent it. I'll take that back. I'm the one who did it first.
All right,
you know, people... And I'm not going to bitch. I'm not going to bitch about the accolades that passed me. But I'm not going to sit there and continually be used as a stepping stone by promoters to promote their young fucks with a hard dick and a flat ass and a few pecs on them. Because the fact is, I can do the same damn thing at the same high level. And yeah, I'm 38. People say I lost a step. I'll say, well, I tell you what, meet me on the track and outrun me. Well, it ain't a track event. Meet me on the chin-up bar and see how many chin-ups you can do. Well, it ain't a pull-up match. Meet me in judo. Meet me in karate. Meet me in jiu-jitsu. Meet me in Thai boxing. Meet me in boxing. Meet me in wrestling. 96 Olympic trials, Greco-Roman. National champion. I've done it all. Done it all in every venue, every form of fighting. I've done it in every country, every state. They don't have to put me in nobody's Hall of Fame. I did the Martial Arts Hall of Fame. 2-time Hall of Fame member in martial arts, and a lifetime induction just happened. But yet still, I suck. I went through 4 passports, and I climbed the fucking Pyramid of Giza because I could. And people would say, well, so? I'm like, well, get there. Tell me you know what it's like going to the Pyramids of Giza. Tell me you know what it's like to run up the Great Wall of China and someone pays for you to go and fight against the national champion of China. Tell me you know what it's like to face former UFC champion, UFC champion after UFC champion. I suck, but yet and still, the guy that I knocked out beat GSP, who beat Matt Hughes, who beat Carlos Newton, who beat Pat Miletich. 5 degrees of separation, linear alignment. I'm a former UFC champion, but I suck.
All right, Shonie.
I'm not going to keep ranting.
All right, man. Now, you sound like a guy that's got a lot of frustration with how you've been treated recently, and you don't really sound like a retired fighter at this moment, just a fighter that's pissed off. So what's the future for Shonie Carter concerning fighting? Will you continue to, go out there and still try to get fights and maybe get a fair handshake eventually?
I'm willing to do this. I'll fight for any organization out there. I will say, I'll rescind my comment on retirement because the emotion filled me. I wanted to stay retired, but there's something that's still in the basement, Paulie. It's still in the basement. I'm still fucking hungry. I'll fight from the smallest organization all the way to anywhere in the world. Anywhere. Anybody in the world, any country. I got a brand new passport, number 4. I'm willing to do it. Willing. I'm gonna do something that's not unprecedented, but I'm gonna do it again. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready, man. What are you gonna do?
My number, my cell phone number, 773-858-9142. Any promoter, anywhere in the world, any given time, I would fight Saturday. I don't care what country, fuck the time zone, the time change difference. You call me, Shonie Carter at Yahoo. You can Facebook me, you can MySpace me, you can email me, you can text me. Any opponent, within reason, I will even go up to 205. I'm going to show this fucking world. 2011, I ain't done yet. Renovacio.